Howdy fellas, I'm Rishabh and today I want to talk about the Pythagorean Theorem. First of all, I'll talk about what is the Pythagorean Theorem. Then I'll teach you how it is done. The Pythagorean Theorem is a basic relation in geometry among the three sides of a right triangle. In real life, it is frequently used in architecture, woodworking, or any physical construction project. The Pythagorean Theorem is based on right triangles. The sides of a triangle are given special names in the case of a right triangle. The longest side opposite to the right angle is the hypotenuse, and the other two sides are known as legs. Let's find sides using the Pythagorean Theorem. The square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Here's the formula. It is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, in which a represents one leg and b represents the other and c represents the hypotenuse. For example, if one leg is 3 units and the other leg is 4 units, what is the hypotenuse? So the equation in this problem is 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to c squared. First, simplify the numbers you already have squared. Simplify 3 squared to 9 and 4 squared to 16. Then you add up the simplified squares. Suppose 9 plus 16 is equal to c squared. 9 plus 16 will equal to 25, so now what's left is the hypotenuse. Now you're at 25 is equal to c squared. Put a square root or radical sign on top of both terms. So the answer of the square root of c squared will be the square root of 25. You can use a calculator to find the square root, but since 25 is a perfect square, you can figure it out in your head. The square root of 25 is 5. Now you have found the hypotenuse. C is equal to 5, since 5 squared is equal to 25. This specific problem includes a Pythagorean triple in it. A Pythagorean triple consists of 3 positive integers, a, b, and c, such that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Some examples include 3, 4, 5, the one I just solved here, 6, 8, 10, 5, 12, 13, and many others. Make sure to include the unit so the hypotenuse will be in units as well. This is the next problem. This is another right triangle. One leg is 6 units and the other leg is 8 units. Find the hypotenuse. This is the question you need to solve. Pause the video while you are solving it. Now, get started. Is everybody done now? Okay, I'll explain to you how to solve this problem. I gave you 2 legs. One is 6 units and one is 8 units. You should have squared both 6 and 8 and added the squares together. This will equal to c squared, in which c, once again, is the hypotenuse. The square of 6 is 36 and the square of 8 is 64. Then you add 36 and 64 together. Eventually you will get 100, so you put a radical sign on top of that number and c squared. 100 is also a perfect square since it goes evenly with 10, so the hypotenuse is 10. This is another example of a Pythagorean triple like I told you during the first problem. Make sure you put the unit to the number. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.